The government says that this year's Halloween is canceled.
I just think it is outrageous that the government thinks it's okay to tell me and mine if we can feel spooky or not. I mean, what's a mom to do?
Join us at Peterson Farm's spooky, socially distant pumpkin patch and cider Halloween extravaganza.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. How about you, Parker?
No, it sounds stupid.
We have talked about this. Mommy likes Halloween, and so will you.
Like apples? Come to our Standing Still for Apples booth and see how many sanitized apples you can be handed.
It's supposed to be bobbing for apples.
Parker, do not ruin this for Mommy like you ruined so many other things.
Conquer the corn Ona maze. You'll have to think fast to outrun the masked and gloved zombie following behind you at a safe distance.
Ooh, Parker, scary.
Whatever.
You'll enjoy our socially distant hayride. Only one person allowed on hayride at a time.
Can I bring my cider?
Of course.
I just love Peterson Farm's spooky, socially distant pumpkin patch and cider Halloween extravaganza.
Mommy? Mommy, where are you going?
Oh, sorry, honey. Mommy's got to ride this ride alone. You know, COVID, after all.
Mommy? Mommy, come back.
Peterson Farm spooky, socially distant pumpkin patch and cider Halloween extravaganza. It's spooky safe. What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid Talking Stupid on the DVM Production Empire and also YouTube and Facebook Live. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we read the stupid so you don't have to.
We've got a special guest today.
We do. And I'm going to see if you can guess who it is, Patrick.
If I can guess who the person that I asked to come to the show is? Oh, God.
Wrong. It's Emily Ramirez.
Yay!
Hi.
Thank you for joining us today, Emily.
Thanks for having me. It was either this or crying on my couch, so it's going great.
I can't believe we went out. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen that couch. I'm like, I could cry on this for a while.
It's a good crying couch.
It's important to have one of those. Patrick, I've been telling you for a while, you need to get a good crying couch.
I have a good crying couch. I think it's an okay one. It supports the back, and then like the tears run down, so they don't like you don't get the weird eye thing to the side because nobody likes that. Like it's the single one tier. It helps with gravity.
The fabric is important though. You got to choose like a nice pleather, a nice vinyl, or a nice throw on there to catch it, soak it up. You don't want to get a suede. You're going to get some staining.
Exactly. Or get a nice squeegee or something like that.
I mean, the material is important. In fact, the material is the most important thing. In fact, have you ever heard of this material called asbestos?
Oh, segue.
Segue like a motherfucker. Asbestos is out here killing people. You heard about it? It's bad. There's a town in Canada that has a unique name. It's it's Asbestos.
It's called Asbestos, Canada.
A town in Quebec is called Asbestos. It was named after it because, well, the French word for asbestos is amiante, which is, that sounds romantic and beautiful and lovely. But apparently, because they had an asbestos mine there, which was established in 1880. And now people are like, hey, we closed that a couple years ago. Maybe we should change it. We're not asbestos anymore. They had a vote where anyone over the age of 14 could choose. And there was a list of 1,000 suggestions. It's a town of 7,000 people, but they had 1,000 suggestions for names. 1 in 7 people turned up to say, I got an idea. All right, we got one of them. It's Phoenix, named after the mythical bird reborn from fire, which is kind of ironic because asbestos exposure is often a concern after major fires.
Okay.
Another name is Apollone, after a species of turtle. There's another one called Trois Lacs, which is French for 3 lakes, after a neighborhood in the town. The final contender is something I do not think either of you will be able to guess. If you could please give me your best guess on what Quebec, Canada's new town name has a popular choice of being.
I mean, Cancer Town, right?
No, I'm sorry. I see where your head was at with the asbestos, and you're trying to go along those lanes. But when you think outside the box, Patrick, what's outside the box here?
Chlamydia.
You guys are both wrong. I'll tell you what. If you want to, if you feel like you have a really good chance at it, I'm going to give you guys one more guess.
Oh, clearly, hot ham water.
That's great. I would love to vacation in hot ham water, Quebec, Canada. I feel like it's really indicative of the town, but it's just not the right one. Patrick, what do you got? One more chance.
I think if they're going the other way, Asbestos.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
You
Patrick won't be joining us anymore.
Don't penalize Emily too. Okay.
No, unfortunately, the final contender is simply the name Jeffrey.
Yeah, it's kind of like in get him to the Greek. It's a Jeffrey. You know?
As in Epstein?
No,
Nope.
That's not a great thing to have right now, you guys.
This Jeffrey is named after who funded the mine, W.H. Jeffrey. But simply they just it's the leading name for a new town. They're just like, hey, you guys want to go to Jeffrey, Quebec, Canada? So I need someone to tell me why I should want to go to Jeffrey, Quebec, Canada. All right, so let's go. I'm going to go ahead and get you some nice little music. Patrick, I'm going to go ahead and give you a 12-second spot. If you could sell me with a quick little infomercial on Jeffrey, Canada. Ready, go.
Quebec. Place to be. We have a Yankee Candle store and taffy apples. There's no chance of us whatsoever.
Okay, your time is up, Patrick.
We'd never light on fire.
Now here's the unfortunate downside to this is I'm using a new soundboard, and apparently it's loud as hell, and I can't change there's the volume, you son of a bitch.
I should have turned it into like an action movie trailer. Who you call Jeffrey, Quebec?
Jeffrey, Quebec, obvious is sidekick. Emily, what's the sidekick's name?
Jeffrey, Quebec?
Yeah, what's the sidekick?
I mean, probably gravy on fries.
With gravy on fries?
If you haven't had our gravy on fries, we are so sorry for you.
You're going to poutine on the Ritz.
Poutine, Quebec, Ontario. I don't know if you know this. When you go to like more sort of country areas of Canada, it sounds like the worst version of Wisconsin of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, so just Wisconsin?
Yeah, kind of.
Boom!
Oh!
Sure, because when I said chlamydia earlier, I think that's the name of the lake behind Preston O'Phil's dad's house.
Yes.
Isn't it? Didn't
yes. He told me about that. That
association. Yeah, the housing association offered a chance for everyone to vote, and nobody voted, but Preston did, and I think he said chlamydia.
And I think he said his dad had to go recently to try to go back and change the name again.
He was the only one to vote.
They couldn't get any ducks to move into the neighborhood.
I know, right? They have to get tested. And
yeah, the ducks were like, I'm chlamydia.
I hate the idea. You know what? If you could, Emily, I'm going to give you 16 seconds. Give me a tourism spot for Chlamydia Lake.
Chlamydia Lake. Driving around with your legs closed. Soft blanket. Keeping everything nice and warm underneath. For the fever. Chlamydia.
I'm set. I want to go.
I want to go. I'm going to keep my legs closed, though.
Oh, if you could keep your legs closed, I'd be surprised.
You actually get a fever with chlamydia? I don't actually know the symptoms. Is it one of the ones where you get like a weird green, like discharge kind of a situation?
Patrick,
do you know when you got it last? Do you remember what?
when I got it last year,
Mhm.
I think I had herpes first and foremost. Let me tell you that
Oh,
right now.
sorry.
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about chlamydia. I know it's a constant joke that people are going to start naming their children that because it's lovely. It's a lovely name. Like, it's
Poetic.
a lovely name for a gross thing.
Well, so is Patrick then.
Ew.
Whatever. I have the last name. It's one of the most common ones in the country at all times.
Speaking of gross things, Patrick, you may remember from last week we had the Tokyo-based horror entertainment company Kawagarasa.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I still haven't learned how to pronounce it. Um, so now there's a new attraction that's going in a Lagonesia theme park in the Aichi prefecture. It's a that's right, it's a haunted toilet. We've
Ooh.
gone from the scary car wash to the hang out in the coffin for a while to boom, haunted toilet. Every week, these guys coming up with new things. I don't understand how they can do it, but somehow they have these new socially distant, acceptable, scary things. Horror toilet, you go in all by yourself. It's reportedly based on a story by Hanako-san, a Japanese folk legend about the ghost of a dead girl who haunts bathrooms, typically in schools. Guests will enter the bathroom one at a time, and after each guest leaves, the area will be cleaned and disinfected. So there's Ghostbusters will go in there, remove a ghost, put a fresh one in there for you, and let you go at it.
I don't understand. This is what country is this from again?
This is from Japan.
Japanese. Okay. What is the problem? This is the thing I've never noticed. If you watch like The Ring, it's a disheveled woman, disheveled young girl who kills you. The Grudge, disheveled young girl who kills you. This haunted toilet, disheveled young girl probably who kills you. So I think the Japanese are just afraid of like women with an agenda.
I think I have a theory that it might go beyond that. If we are to buy into a common and disproven generalization about the size of the Asian population's genitalia, maybe the haunted toilet is a compelling idea because you have a little girl being like, "Ha, it's so small," she's like, giggling like, "It's so small." So that's my theory. I also think that you might be onto something, Patrick, as far as the men being afraid of women because they're women.
They're determined.
Just they're women. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got they're like, I've got something going on. I'm determined.
Yeah.
And they have cooties. Hello.
I'm sorry.
They do. And the cootie shot hasn't been approved yet. And even when it is, we don't know if we're going to be able to roll it out to the general public. So, everyone's got their circle and their dot, and they're waiting on that dot.
Right.
Until it reaches phase 3 of testing, I'm not really comfortable.
It's going to give me autism for sure.
Right. You need at least 30,000 people. 10,000 of them need to get the dot. 20,000 of them need a placebo. That's the way that works.
Right.
I think the most terrifying aspect of the toilet would be for me, my scariest toilet experience would be I'm at a Bears game and there's people banging on the door. I'd be like, I can't go because I know you're there. Kind of.
Are we talking nowadays or when you were a kid?
I'm talking about I don't like doing it now. When there's a big line behind you, I don't like it.
I gotta be honest. I only recently discovered that men, when they have to poop in public, they just go and make whatever sounds they would naturally make in their home. I didn't know that was a thing because as a woman, you either don't poop in a public restroom or you do a thing that I like to do where if you've got like a really airy poop with a lot of toots in the middle of it, you just kind of take one butt cheek and open it so that it's just and it's not loud.
I'm not a fan of the away game personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I play rain or sunshine. I don't care where I'm at. It's going down.
I mean, because of being a feminist, I feel now I owe it to the future generation of females to poop with sound. But it took me literally decades to get there.
Well, we are proud of your tooting capabilities. Apparently, you are further ahead than Patrick, who is scared to poo-poo in public.
It's not that I'm scared.
You sound like you're pretty scared.
I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, who enjoys it though? Who's like, yeah, it's about to be everybody's problem.
Bear. You ever heard of the bear shit in the woods? No, it's wherever.
Yeah, does a bear shit in Chili's, at the bookstore, in the library?
I will go to a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Do you literally prefer to poop in public?
I mean, I don't prefer it, but like, if I'm out and I gotta go, I'm not gonna like ruin my day. I'm just gonna go and blow something up. It is kind of fun though when you leave the bathroom and you see someone walk in, you're like, oh, they have no idea.
Oh, I actually hate that. I hate when I go in and like all I had to do was pee, but the person ahead of me like pooped until they died and then they rotted in the bathroom and disintegrated into the tiles. And then someone else follows me in and I want to be like, I know it smells like poop, but it's not like my poop. I didn't even poop. I just peed. But like if whoever did poop, like, I'm not judging them. And then they take me away in handcuffs. It's really weird. I don't know.
It's the way it goes. But yeah, no, traditionally I will go to a McDonald's because they have traditionally very clean bathrooms. They have a very strict cleaning schedule.
They also don't give you a choice because of what they serve. So
No, I'll stop there, and then I'll go and I'll buy nothing.
Oh, you're not getting immediate diarrhea from an egg McMuffin? Oh, okay. I mean,
no, we ripped on McDonald's pretty thoroughly last week, but the general consensus is, it's gonna kill you anyway if you eat it. So might as well blow the toilets up.
Yeah.
We had for a while when me and my husband lived in Ohio. We were restoring a house. It was like 100 years old, and for a while the plumbing like didn't work at all. So we would just like work all day as long as we could, and then we would like head down the street to Wendy's, and we would just deuce in that Wendy's. Like, so they saw us like a couple times a day, and we'd be like, "Yeah, I'd like a small fry, and also is your bathroom okay? Cool, see you later." Just in that Wendy's for like a couple weeks. No one said anything.
I'm not going to order a double stack, but I'm definitely going to deliver one to you guys.
Wow, you guys are serving chili off season. Oh, that's cool.
Cool. Thanks.
Oh, gross.
And you know that you were the poop lady. You know that, right? They're like, poop lady's back. She's using the bathroom.
I think I must have been. Well, the thing is, I'm more of a pee lady, but Chase was blowing up all the time. You know this. I don't even poop every day.
The poop couple.
Yeah.
No, there is a very distinctive lady that is forever in my mind going to be the poop lady. We had this lady that came into the bar. It was a group of people that would come in after work, I think like on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. They come in once a week, and anywhere from like 6 to 12 of them, like clockwork, they'd always be there. One time, one of the girls shows up, and she's a little out of it. Like she was pre-gaming, or maybe she was on some kind of medication, but she only had a couple of drinks, and then it really started to hit her. She ended up going to the bathroom, and to put it delicately, she shit all over every surface in the bathroom uncontrollably. Like it just went everywhere.
It's like opening a fire hydrant.
Yep. And she, one of her friends had to call her husband to come get her. She stayed in the bathroom this whole time. She ruined her dress. He showed up with garbage bags, and she walked out in a garbage bag dress and just didn't come back for a while.
Why didn't he bring her a dress?
You know, the look on his face was very much this again.
Oh my god!
So,
I have questions.
Cindy shit.
Let me tell you guys about Turdzilla, if I may.
Yeah, I would love to hear about Turdzilla, but Poop Lady is not done yet.
Oh no!
Yeah. So for a while, she just stopped coming. On her coworker still did, but then after about a month, she comes in, short hair, and it's blue now, as if a whole new hairstyle, different color would suddenly change. And she's just sitting there with her coworkers, like, "Hey, last time you were here, you shit everywhere. Maybe you can't come out with us anymore." She still kept coming. She started having different hairstyles and different colors every time she'd come in, as if to try to throw us off the scent. Like, we know it's you. You come in every week with a progressively shorter hairstyle and different color. We can tell it's you. No matter how many times you change your hair color, you still shit the bathroom everywhere.
Did she ever poop again? Like,
No.
I never actually saw her go to the bathroom after that. So I think she might have just kept everything contained. Like, she never wanted to go back to the scene of the crime. Like, what if they missed a spot? I know I got some bank shots in there.
what do you think she was on? Like Malort and Ambien?
I don't know. But she was drinking. She was just drinking a couple mixed drinks. Like, nothing crazy. But she just...
She must have been on something else.
That's why we figure, like, if you had a couple of mixed drinks in 2 hours, you get to that point and you just start pooping everywhere. It's not like she blacked out or anything. She was fully conscious the whole time. She just had
I'm not a recreational pill doer. I never have been. I don't trust it, but I do think that it is one of those things that I notice will have people acting way out of character, but also really functionally. You know what I mean? Like, when you're drunk, you just like pass out, and like most people are like blacked out, they start throwing up, whatever. I feel like you can be on pills and do some crazy shit and still be like functional.
Can we get a PSA from you, Emily, about Malort and Ambien? Can we give her the PSA music, please?
It will devastate your motor system. You might have side effects which include excessive diarrhea, breaking up with your husband, killing your cat, sleeping in your neighbor's bed at night, breaking into your in-laws' house and pooping in their fridge, and diarrhea. Malort and Ambien, it's probably not for you.
very good. Very good. An excellent commercial. All right, let's go on. We got a new subject. We go from pooping. Oh, wait, no, you got Poopzilla.
Oh, yeah. Turns out, really quick,
Turns out.
my husband used to work as an engineer one, which is like a part of the maintenance team for a children's hospital. And they usually did like electrical, HVAC, like wiring, like that kind of thing. And then they had like the plumbing department. But then sometimes they would have to kind of like cross over and do other jobs as well. They get this page and they're like, hey, you guys, we've got a situation in this bathroom. Can you guys come up and help us? And I think what had happened was that somebody probably had medication that made them very constipated for a very long time. And then it finally happened one day. And apparently somebody had shit in this toilet. And it was just a giant like cylinder, like a solid cylinder of shit that just stood up out like a monolith. And they had tried to flush it. Clearly it didn't flush because it was like a solid person. And so then they tried to just get like a bunch of paper towels and just like put it on it so that you couldn't see it. And then they all
pooper mache.
Yeah, they all just got like garbage bags and put their hands in the garbage
Take
bag.
yourself off the screen.
Excavated out of this toilet. And he said he almost threw up. And then he also said, didn't take a picture. Nobody took a picture. And I'm devastated.
You can't come across a totem poop pole and then not take a picture of it.
You can't. It's something, I mean, there are a lot of things I wish I had a picture of that have happened in my life. A lot of things. And I feel like that is nearly at the top of the list.
Mm-hmm. What would be at the top of the list?
Maybe this one time I got an ingrown hair that like was like on my bikini line and it was like a cyst and I popped it. That was pretty cool.
I have an unfortunate story that's way too close along those lines. I got this massive bump on my head. Makes me look like a unicorn.
Can you show it to him?
No.
Do it.
No.
It's pretty ridiculous.
It swells up to about the size of a quarter. Anyway, right after my birthday, I was just sitting at home one day and it popped. Like I had a zit on it, and then like that went away, but then when the zit was gone from it, it left a tiny little crater, and I'm like, why is there a little crater here? And then I started feeling some gross stuff come out of it. As it turns out, it ruptured it, and when you have 15 years worth of gunk in there, it comes out kind of funky looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was bad.
But it didn't take it down any though. It's still there, right?
Well, it's the thing. When it's empty, it is tiny. But because I actually have to have surgery to get the thing removed, until I do, it'll keep refilling with gross stuff. And every few days or so, it'll come out if it gets hit or something. Like it was healing up and it was fine. And then we were downtown St. Charles, and I was trying to put something in my car, and I just kind of leaned in to put something in my car, but because I don't normally do that, I guess my depth perception was off. I ended up headbutting like perfectly right where it's at on the door frame, and it hit it so bad. And since then, I've had all these problems. Well, no, it didn't explode then, because at the time it was small and like healing up, but ever since then, it's been like, hey, fuck you every day. So I have to deal with that.
Because someone dropped a TV on your head, right?
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Dr. Pimple Popper, and I believe you have a pilar cyst.
Well, if you want, I could send you some pictures of it when we were done.
I mean, yes, but I know that it's either a pilar cyst or a sebaceous cyst.
Yeah.
And I know that it's going to keep filling up unless they take the sac out that it grows in, because what happens is like skin cells and your keratin cells, like all, instead of growing out of your pore, they go and they get trapped in this little sac and it just gets bigger and bigger. And that is something that comes from trauma sometimes. Like if you hit your head or something, it kind of rewrote something. It's fascinating. Yep. What I would love for you is if, when you get this surgery, if it does come all out with the sac intact and just like a little egg, so satisfying.
Well, I'll be sure to, anytime I have a problem with it grossing or doing some gross shit, I'll just go ahead and send you a quick picture. I'm like, hey, just so you know,
100% do. I find, and I know a lot of other people like this. I feel like it's like, there must be a whole suite of behaviors that like fall into the same category, but I feel like people are either pimple poppers or they're not. And yeah, they're either like disgusted by it or they're like me and they're like kind of soothed by it. And it's like, I think it's the same thing that like makes me a good editor for like book. I'm just like, I like to find that little flaw and just like express it, you know? It's very satisfying.
Speaking of flaws, you guys heard about this Charles E. Cheese? Went bankrupt. Couldn't keep up with the fast times of not wanting to be in a gross cesspool of germs. So they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in June and asked a bankruptcy court in Texas for permission to spend about $2.3 million for 3 vendors to shred all of the 7 billion prize tickets that have accumulated. So all those prize tickets that you might have like sitting at home or all this kind of, they want to completely eliminate all these coupons, which is worth about $9 million in merchandise. So if you've been sitting on a pile of Chuck E. Cheese tickets, they want to destroy your currency.
No. You know, I feel bad for the people who make the balls for the ball pits.
Why?
Like, that they're not, they're not producing anymore.
What you think Chuck E. Cheese is the only place with a ball pit?
I'm just saying. No one's allowed a ball pit right now.
Talk about late chlamydia.
Right?
I mean, it was the most germ-infested area on the planet beforehand, like just any Chuck E. Cheese ball pit. But I mean, those balls that you could buy them online right now.
You make your own ball pit.
Make your own ball pit.
My friend Charlie used to have to. He worked for Ronald McDonald Land. He used to have to, like once a month, empty out the ball pit. And they would clean them. It was the worst. It was the worst day ever. Every month we would like make fun of him. We felt bad, but
like the first time he did it on the job, they're like, "Hey, Charlie, we need you to go empty the ball pit." They go in the back room. He just. I was like, "What are you doing?" I'm emptying my ball pit.
You got to be clear with Charlie.
I just want to know what the exchange rate is between the Chuck E. Cheese coupons and the U.S. dollar right now, because I feel like it's probably like
pretty close.
Yeah, I would head over to a currency exchange place real quick.
I could tell you right now.
Oh, okay.
It's valued at 13/10,000th of a cent.
So it's 1-to-1, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great.
It's worth about $9 million in merchandise, which is enough to fill 65 cargo shipping containers. Would you ever go to Chuck E. Cheese and just like, how much can I get with a small group of tickets? Or did you always go for like the biggest and best thing you could get?
I would get small things because I wasn't very good at the games. I was good at whack-a-mole, and I was decent at skee-ball.
I always came away with Chinese finger traps.
Yep.
The little the rubber slap thing. that you like. It's like attached. It's a hand that's attached to a long
Sticky
thing.
hand.
And you'd hit your sister in the face with it, and they get all super mad.
Sticky hand. I used to have this all over my ceiling. My
Yeah.
dad was like, yeah.
And people would be like, "We're pooling this together to get a Super Bowl."
Speaking of pooling your resources, of course, you guys have heard about the Facebook group Christians Against Dinosaurs.
I mean, no, but I'm not shocked.
Well, here's the problem. They have an issue with a dinosaur that is in Tucson, Arizona, next to a McDonald's, and it's been there since 1994. The previous owners of this McDonald's worked out a deal with Universal Pictures to bring the dinosaur to Tucson after it was used in the Jurassic Park movie. So this is a movie prop. It's set next to a McDonald's. They named it Roxy Rex, and then on middle of last month, on the Facebook group Christians Against Dinosaurs, which has more than 28,000 members, posted about asking people to call the McDonald's and have them take it down. They have a separate secret Facebook group that I was not able to become a part of in time, where they could, I guess, talk about the protest in a way that people wouldn't be able to see it and try to stop it. The current owner, Lizeth Alvarez, said that they thought it was a joke, but it turns out a lot of people started calling that specific McDonald's demanding the removal of the dinosaur because, as a member of the group, Norbert Letuslavsky says, well, the simple truth is that there is no such thing as dinosaurs, and there was never anything such as dinosaurs. Another person, a man named Gerard James, said, I would be willing to bet without even looking that homicide stats.
Come on, that's not what he sounds like.
Okay. I'd be willing to bet without even looking that homicide stats have risen since the dinosaur has been there. Addiction rates, unemployment, all types of negative energies. There is just no real proof for dinosaurs. We challenge anyone who will tell us we are wrong.
I just want to know, like, the phone calls that that McDonald's is getting. Be like, thank you for calling McDonald's, the cleanest bathrooms ever. How may I help you? Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Yeah. I'd like to talk to you about your fake conspiracy, Jesus hating dinosaurs, please.
Oh, are you talking about the dinosaur outside?
Yes, I am talking about the fake dinosaur that is threatening my Bible and my Jesus and my God.
Oh, well, he's just kind of hanging out there. We're actually thinking about getting him a big paper hat. I don't think he's threatening anything. I think he's just, an inanimate object that lots of people enjoy.
Nope. That is not true. That is not true. People enjoy McNuggets and people enjoy country music and they enjoy American flags in their yard, and they do not enjoy lies and deceit and entire industries around bones that they say they dig up, but we know that they just made them out of paper mache, got it from Hobby Lobby. It's ridiculous.
Well, this is actually a prop. This is actually like a real dinosaur, but there are real dinosaurs. Like there's, like if you go to a museum, you know what a museum is, correct?
A museum?
No, it's a museum.
A moose. I got an Uncle Moosam. He likes cows. No, this is not like my Uncle Moosam.
Oh,
my Uncle Moosam is very smart. Okay, he can quote you all the scriptures and he can recite all the psalms, and he knows that all dinosaurs are indeed props. They are all fake.
Hey, honey, are you calling people about dinosaurs again?
You bet your little bottom I am, Derek.
I thought the therapist agreed with us that said you shouldn't be calling people about dinosaurs anymore.
That therapist tried to tell me my horoscope because she worships the devil, Derek, and you know it, okay?
This is such an Aries thing of you.
Oh, my goodness. I am not safe in my own home.
Oh, like, do you want like a cheeseburger or something? Like, we can like we got the new like Monopoly's coming back.
You know what? If you are willing to accept the Lord Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and if you are also willing to accept that the only animals that exist are the kind of animals that we eat and we pet right now today in petting zoos, then I will maybe eat one of your cheeseburgers.
Oh, so you're ordering a closed-minded Christian number 4. All right. Well, I'm gonna ring that up. Yeah, it comes with a crucifix and a Buddha just for fun.
Oh my God, maybe we can save you after all. Thank you so much.
All right. Please pull around.
How's she gonna pull around when she's on the phone?
It's just what we say when we hang up the phone every time.
Thanks for calling. Please pull around.
I actually say that that's my sign off for all my phone calls.
Okay, please pull around.
Speaking of please pulling around.
Speaking of lazy segues.
How dare you? The Ottawa Tourism is launching an initiative to give visitors $100 off at a number of hotels just for coming to visit. They're paying you to come on through. They had this advertisement before where it was a $100 Visa gift card to spend as they wish during their time in Ottawa.
Is that like $100, or is that like a fake Canada $100?
It's like 100 loonies.
Oh.
No, it's $100. $100 off your whatever hotel you want to stay at. It goes through the city, so the coupon works everywhere. They've lost $17.5 billion in tourism because of the whole shutdown. So they're really trying to get people back in there, like paying. Like you have to pay people to come visit your town.
Mm.
I just feel like just giving someone $100 is kind of lazy. So instead, what we're going to do is I'm going to use a random U.S. city generator, and I want you to sell me on the city using something better than $100 bribe. So let's see. For the first one, we got Emily. You're going to give a Boise, Idaho. Sell me on Boise, Idaho.
Boise, Idaho. Do you like Donald Trump, but you don't like riots? Do you like white people and you don't not like brown people, but you don't really want to talk about it, but you kind of don't? Then maybe Boise is a good city for you. The best city to enjoy waterfalls, dry hills that catch on fire, and best of all, Trump-loving white people. Quiet, peaceful whites. Boise, home of the whites.
Idaho. Idaho.
Patrick, sell me on... Oh, no, that one's too good.
How's it going?
No. I want a shitty-ass one. Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh.
We here in North Carolina enjoy all of our boroughs. Our favorite ones are the green ones. That's why we named our town Greensboro, the best borough that you could find. We're a God-loving, green-loving, borough-loving group of community. Just as long as you're not different.
If Greensboro is the best borough, what's the worst borough?
Worst borough, South Carolina.
Yeah.
That's the worst one.
You know, I should have seen that coming.
It really is the worst borough. They were not joking. It's literal.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of things they should have seen coming, Charlie Lucas Sam is a second-year university student in Brighton, Sussex. He decided to get a house for the year by only using the virtual tour. So he saw everything what the inside of it was. Didn't realize that the outside of it had almost entirely been covered in Simpsons murals. It wasn't until 4 days before moving in, he decided to check out his new place on Google Street View because, as he said, he wanted to see if there was any parking spaces. And when he put it in the Google Maps, it just was like, there's Homer Simpson welcoming you to the house. They've got a massive window in the living room right underneath the Homer mural. So they have people constantly looking in to see what kind of people are living there. Because, like, who would do this? It's like, let's have a giant viewing window and go, look at these guys.
They really like the Simpsons. Is there a picture or no?
Not a good one. It was all really tiny ones. Really poor quality. I know. I wish I could find a better one.
The realtors are probably constantly trying to scrub the internet of the good pictures so that they can sell the damn house. They're like, get it off. There's another Simpsons picture.
Oh, let's see.
No, please, sir, please take that down, please, sir.
When he first saw that picture, he was like, "Don't."
It's the best view I can get of it.
Oh my God!
Good. Wow.
And this is in England, huh?
Yeah.
Is he? I mean, I wouldn't paint over it because it's a work of art, clearly. But is he amenable to just painting over it?
He's just renting the house, so he can't actually paint over it. They're it's their house for the year for the school.
I feel like the renters should have said something about this, like renter rules, like, you know, pay your rent between the 1st and 3rd of the month every month. Must not have any pets.
Okay, we don't have any pets.
Must be a huge fan of The Simpsons, like you have.
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Oh, The Simpsons, you know the show.
Oh yeah, I like The Simpsons.
Yeah, great. So you're going to be living in a house that is an homage to The Simpsons, if you will. So yeah, as long as you like The Simpsons and that doesn't bother you. I mean, who doesn't like The Simpsons? I mean,
I don't want to know anyone who doesn't like The Simpsons, but like an homage, like what are you talking about? It's not like it's a giant mural on the side, right?
I mean, well, I mean, it's a 2-story house. It's not like a mansion, so no, no.
Wait, what?
I mean, it's giant mural. Like, you know, if it was like a 100,000 square foot house, that's giant. You know, it's just a regular old 2-story house. So yeah,
it's not like it covers like an entire side of the house. Like it's a picture of Homer Simpson, like right by the windows, right?
Oh my gosh, you're being such a Marge right now. Look at us.
You know, it's not right.
What?
It's not right.
It's not what?
It's not large, like a large mural.
Like I said, it's and murals are like by that's like what you see like the top of the Sistine Chapel, like on the ceiling. That's a mural. It's other stuff. I just call it like a picture or whatever.
There's a picture of Homer Simpson on the side. Well, as long as it's not like a really really big one, I'm sold.
I'm sorry. Do you not like The Simpsons? I thought you said you liked The Simpsons. I don't know what.
I mean, I enjoy The Simpsons. I just don't know if I want to live in like a Simpson mural house. Like,
no one said it was a Simpson mural house. I couldn't get the rights to that name anyway if I wanted to, but
But you would try.
I tried 10 times. It's not a big deal. It's not. Didn't happen. So
that's there is a Simpson mural. This is what you're saying.
No, I wouldn't call it that. No. So when do you?
I'm sorry. What was it?
When do you want to move in?
You know what? Right away. Absolutely right away. You've convinced me.
Congratulations.
And then she's like, that's right. That's why I sell them.
Well, normally, if I have another person on the show, I'd like to try to get a game for them. However, this week, I want to do something a little bit different. There's a lot of genres of movies that people like to watch. I have 3 different genres that I want you to choose from, and I have 3 different stories. We're just going to read the synopsis, just a few sentences of them. So, Emily, since you're the guest, I want you to go ahead and choose first. Would you like to read a crime thriller, a dystopian plot, or a romance?
Dystopian plot.
Dystopian plot. All right.
Wow.
Emily, if you could go ahead and read the synopsis of this story.
2042. Year of the bullshit they're calling Wendy's breakfast now. Eliminating Wendy's 5 years ago breakfast has destroyed the world as we know it. The year is 2042. Chicago is a decrepit place ruled by the bullshit they're calling Wendy's breakfast now. Once glorious, every taste bud is now bland. Dumb actor, stupid Patrick Newson is humanity's only hope. Patrick finds the courage to start a secret revolutionary organization called the Stupids. The fight is jeopardized when Patrick is tricked by tasteless lies about being food, Wendy's breakfast now, and enters his life. Armed with stupidity and goat news, the Stupids try their best to save mankind, but can they defeat ruthless, the bullshit they're calling Wendy's breakfast now and restore every taste bud to its former glory?
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Oh no! I just thought before you start talking, Patrick. What the thing is here is that this was all used. This was made by a random plot generator. So just using just any random words I could think of. I definitely didn't go through it 5 or 6 times to make sure things lined up. This was definitely a first try. Not even seeing how it would work. This is completely random. I don't know how that happened.
And to bring Schroeder into it.
Well, I'm just saying he's the author.
He's not.
It's just so weird that this one specific story turned out this way, but the other ones will surely be different. Patrick, do you have a crime thriller or a romance?
I'm gonna go with a romance.
Okay, let's get that one queued up for you. Patrick, if you could go ahead and read the romance.
Patrick Newson's Diary, a nice romance by Schroeder Schrodowitz. Do you have any like Counting Crows music you can put behind this?
That is copyrighted, and I can't.
Damn it. Patrick Newson is a bland, unflavored, and stupid Wendy's Breakfast Now creator from some dumpster where he learned about flavor. His life is going nowhere until he meets Wendy's 5 years ago breakfast, a wonderful, enchanting woman with a passion for good food. Patrick takes an instant disliking to Wendy's 5 years ago breakfast and the hospitable and flavorful ways she learned during her years in Flavortown. That's not like Guy Fieri.
No.
However, when a breakfast baconator tries to murder Patrick, Wendy's 5 years ago breakfast springs to the rescue. Patrick begins to notice that Wendy's 5 years ago breakfast is actually rather moving and hard. Doesn't make sense. But the pressures of Wendy's 5 years ago breakfast job as the savior of breakfast leave her blind to Patrick's affections, and Patrick takes up crying like a baby to try and distract herself. Finally, when poo-poo garbage platter Wendy's Breakfast Now threatens to come between them, Wendy's 5 years ago breakfast has to act fast. But will they ever find the nice love that they deserve?
I sure hope. I hope they find it. It's so wonderful. Good job, Patrick. Good job.
I feel like it took me on a journey, just even the synopsis.
Right? It's just so crazy to think that story, that random story, could just show up like that.
Like almost twice.
I know. It's so weird. Anyway, I do have a third one. I'm going to go ahead and read it for you guys. This is a completely different story. So pay attention. The plot will be very different. It is a crime thriller after all. The Mangled Teeth by Schroeder Schrodowitz. Mangled teeth have been churning up all over Chicago, and the inhabitants are scared. 10 murders in 10 weeks, all committed with a lack of flavor, and still nobody has a clue who the liking Wendy's Breakfast Now killer is. Stupid Patrick Newson is a bendy and flirty hitman with a fondness for flooring. He doesn't know it yet, but he is the only one who can stop the not liking Wendy's 5 years ago breakfast killer. When his gross Wendy's Breakfast Now is kidnapped, stupid Newson finds himself thrown into the center of the investigation. His only clue is a round, gross sandwich. He enlists the help of a smart Wendy's Breakfast 5 years ago creator called Flavor McAwesome. Can McAwesome help Newson overcome his goat news addiction and find the answers before the smelly killer and his deadly lack of flavor strike again? So yeah, it's just, a bunch of random stories that have nothing to do.
I like the description as bendy flirty who likes floor. Kind of like, hey, sugar. Is that parquet?
That was like the thing. Is there a backstory behind liking Wendy's Breakfast Now?
Okay, so here's the thing. Patrick is a dumb, stupid idiot face who likes Wendy's breakfast that they have now. He likes to act like the Wendy's breakfast that came out like 5 years ago and kind of disappeared wasn't just like the most superior thing ever.
What's the difference?
Oh, well, Wendy's 5 years ago breakfast was actually delicious.
What kind of stuff?
Whereas the garbage they have now is just trash that was floated in garbage water.
It's untrue.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Patrick. You like to think that you know everything about Wendy's breakfast. You still are on team Wendy's Breakfast Now.
You're going to be hearing from Schroeder's lawyer. I just want you to know.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't want any part of it?
Yeah, Schrodinger Esquire. He's going to be come for you.
Am I going to be hearing today, or is this something that's going to happen in the future?
Probably going to happen in the future.
You're going to be served when you least expect it.
And he'll even say that. You got served.
Speaking of being served.
What?
We got a whole bunch of stupid drinks to talk about today. And we have a little dog on screen.
Charlie.
All right. Now, when you think a cocktail that will go good with Red Lobster, what's the first cocktail that comes to your mind?
Maybe a mojito? I hate lobster. I don't know. Garbage juice?
No. Patrick, what's one that you think of?
Yeah, I think of like something that goes like I'm not sure what drink would pair well with like shellfish, you know?
Aperol spritz, maybe something with like a citrusy.
Yeah, maybe like a wine spritzer.
No. Of course, I'm talking about the delicious, the incomparable, the brand new first official Mountain Dew cocktail called it a Dew Garita.
Ew.
Oh,
More like a dote garita.
hearing that name.
Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, for sure. A don't garita. I just got a headache hearing that name.
The cocktail has a look of the soft drink, and is Mountain Dew's take on a margarita includes the soda, tequila, and a few other special ingredients.
Regret.
Aspirin. Immediate aspirin.
There's a little bit of hatred in it as well.
Is it garnished with like a cheddar biscuit?
It's weird that you say that
biscuit.
because the drink will exclusively be served at Red Lobster, and the suggested pairing is the Cheddar Bay biscuit.
It actually has a Cheddar Bay biscuit crumb rim.
Oh my god!
It just kind of falls in and floats and gets all, like your cocktails do.
You dunk them in there.
Yeah.
And I was done in a group of people got together, you know.
Yep.
And they're like, all right, Red Lobster needs something new. What do we got?
Okay, so I was thinking that maybe we just give them a little bit of gasoline, but we cut it with orange juice.
Is this regular? Is this unleaded?
I mean, whatever's cheaper, honestly. You could probably just take it from your neighbor's car.
Oh, okay. Sheila, you were given this assignment. What do you have?
Yeah, sorry. This isn't Sheila. This is Tequila. And I'm Sheila's twin sister, and I just got to say I want no part of this.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened to Sheila?
Well, she told me about the pitch for the drink, and she said I'd be mixing in with a lot of bottom feeders, and I drowned her. So.
Oh, so you're currently unemployed?
Oh no, I'm on a crusade now.
Oh, okay. Well, if you had to make a drink, what would you say? Well,
I've actually made my own signature cocktail. It's called the Blood of My Enemies, and
what's in that?
Well, it's about to be you and anyone else that wants to make this a cocktail. So.
Oh, okay.
So say goodbye. All right.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'm just gonna say.
So it sounds like my gasoline idea ain't that bad, right?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking the gasoline idea is gonna be because.
Yeah, go for it, please do.
Sheila's twin sister Tequila is on the way to murder me.
It's like you get the first child come out. Oh, it's Sheila. Like, hold on, there's another one. How'd this happen? Probably tequila.
I knew a girl that was named Midori.
Oh, I just like the idea of tequila hearing that it's going to have to be in a Mountain Dew cocktail and being like, no, there's no way.
Tequila kind of sounds like a girl that would want that. Be like, what? Not Jolt?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I should be like, what if we said MZ 2020 cocktail with tequila? Because it's tequila is kind of alcoholic or whatever, but it's not really alcoholic. But if you get some MZ 2020 and some moonshine, then you can really pack a 1, 2, 3 punch.
So it's I guess I go to the bars because my name is Tequila and I like to drink tequila. So I go, I'll have a me sunrise.
I like to say, hey, can I get a free drink if my name's Tequila? Because my name's Tequila. And they're like, your name's not Tequila. What is it? And I'm like, let me show you my ID, but can I get a free tequila? And they're like, aren't you already free? That's your name. And I'm like, that's true.
It's hold on a second. Let me fish this out of my bra. Hold on. You're going to be real sorry. What the hell is that?
Oh, it's a lime.
Oh, Why? Because of my tequila earlier. Because of me.
Oh, you want chili rum? It's chili rum. It's for that. Yeah.
She's like a cheese biscuit.
For my,
It's so good right now.
for my wedding, you guys, I want to have the most beautiful wedding. It's gonna be catered by Red Lobster, and it's gonna be instead of a cake, it's just gonna be like a mountain of cheddar biscuits, and then instead of champagne, we're gonna toast our Doritos. It's gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna be so beautiful over real.
Instead of a cheddar biscuit fountain, we're gonna have a cheddar biscuit mountain.
And then you can have like a lobster bisque fountain.
And then everybody will get like the bibs, and then there'll be like ties for the guys, and then
the dress is just made of lobster bibs. It's just a lobster bib dress. It's gonna seriously be so beautiful, you guys. I love you so much.
I'm getting married at Lobster Fest.
And we're gonna have Mr. Pibb mimosas the next day.
Right.
Mr. Pibb and orange juice.
I'd say Mr. Pibb because Dr. Pepper is an elitist asshole.
And he didn't call me back just because I went to community school.
You have a degree, Dr. Pepper. You've changed.
You think you're so great.
You think you're so great. You haven't saved anyone.
So the PepsiCo Global Food Service Chief Customer, Hugh Roth, said that
What kind of title is that? He's the chief customer?
Customer officer. Chief customer officer.
Oh. Even
I know. He's so with both of our brands on deck to wow guests, we can't wait to dream up more phenomenal flavor pairings together to bring some very special offerings and experiences to the table. So Pepsi out here being drunk because now Pepsi's also launching a drink to aid sleep called Driftwell. Because in case you had trouble sleeping, the thing you want to reach for is a nice, cool Pepsi product.
From the people who bought you Malort and Ambien, we bring you Driftwell.
It's Driftwell.
With 150% less shitting yourself. I don't even know how you can calculate that.
Keyed up from caffeine, make the switch to Driftwell.
Have you been drinking too much of our shitty garbage already? Drink a little more to come down. We have nothing but uppers. Introducing our first downer.
Are you afraid that your pee is too clear? We can help. Driftwell. Never drink anything but soda 24/7.
Have you lost your taste buds due to the coronavirus? Do you want to shock them back to life?
Have you given up on everything and you just want to consume garbage until you die? Driftwell.
See, Driftwell, it's all coming for us.
Driftwell. If you sleep, it doesn't hurt so much.
Do you want to get drunk at work without getting judged? Driftwell.
It does have kind of like a healthy sound to it almost.
Yeah.
Like it's got like melanin in it or something. Or melatonin.
Hey, fuckface. You tried Driftwell? What, you some kind of bitch?
Hey, why are you awake at 3 a.m.? Drink this shitty garbage and go to sleep.
What I want to know is who is this little announcement for? Who's reading this? What woman is reading the statement from the CCO of fucking PepsiCo or whatever? Being like, oh, did you hear that, honey? They said that it's going to be the next new big thing.
Mom,
like,
you just need to go for a walk. You'll get tired and go to sleep. It's fine.
Reading it in Soda Pop Weekly.
The chief customer officer, he said it. I'm so excited. I just got to go to the store right now. Got to try it.
Mom, you don't need to buy every product that comes out.
No, not just the best ones, though. I mean, if they're from the trusted people at PepsiCo, I mean, come on. How are you gonna
Didn't you lose 4 teeth this year because of your cavities?
Yeah, but I switched to a liquid diet anyway, so now I can have more Driftwell.
Are you talking shit to your mother?
Hey, you know what? Stay out of this, Tom.
She's got so little in her life. She's excited about the soda. Why you gotta be a naysayer?
Oh, you're not my dad.
You know what? I might as well be. No one else wants to be.
Don't talk to him like that, all right? He takes care of me. He makes sure that I get my straight jacket on nice and neat at night so I can
Right.
well.
She ain't going nowhere.
You know,
Maybe-
I got a restless leg from the Mr. Pibbs. But now that I got Driftwell, It's gonna be great. I am just so jazzed. I am so jazzed.
No more tying her down. That's right.
Mom, did
Maybe
you?
not for like normal things, like for going to sleep, but like for our fun things, like we shouldn't be talking about this in front of the kid. But
So embarrassing. No, don't tell me about the pegging. Oh, sorry. No, no, not pegging. I didn't mean that. Sorry. Jeez.
Mom, you're 87 years old. You got to stop having all this sex.
hey, listen.
You're-
She's 87. I'm 42. Who cares?
I need a vibrant man. I am keyed up on caffeine at all hours of the day. All right.
You need to go to retirement village, have some milk of magnesia, and just hang out with the other ladies.
Hey, you shut up. You don't talk to her like that.
milk of magnesia.
Magnesia.
Okay, you give me milk of magnesia, I'm gonna throw it up in your face.
That's right. We don't want that. She's a vibrant woman. This little Hellcat. Who's my little Hellcat?
That's right. I'm gonna climb you like a tree, and you know it.
Oh my god.
I just had this vision of her driving her electric wheelchair up someone's leg. Like,
Scooter you up.
The next time Emily's on the show, we got to remember the 87-year-old woman and her 42-year-old boyfriend character, like Darlene and Trent.
Ugh.
Trent's just hanging around waiting for her to die so he can get her inheritance.
All right. I think Trent loves her. I think he genuinely loves her.
His name is Tom.
Is it Tom? Did you say Tom?
Yeah. Trent is someone else.
You denied the world.
Over that my name is Trent. Oh yeah, it is. That's right.
Yeah.
Trent.
It's just so you know, it's driftwell contains 200 milligrams of L-theanine, which is an amino acid that's apparently in teas and mushrooms. There's not a lot of studies about it. It just says a few studies have suggested the ingredient can improve sleep quality and help reduce the physical symptoms of stress. And a spokesperson said, this is the vice president of innovation and capabilities of Pepsi's North American Beverages Unit, Emily Silver, says, from a scientific and regulatory perspective, we feel pretty good about making the claim that L-theanine specifically, we have safety and clinical data to prove that it works.
Yeah, also we got a pallet of L-theanine delivered to the PepsiCo. We're not really sure where it came from, but do you think you could just toss this in some stuff?
I guess we were gonna have this one stuff that was supposed to like get you all like keyed up, but like we could reverse it. It was gonna be called like Drift Bad, but we just change it.
Hey Terry, we got that drift bag going yet?
No, apparently we got mushrooms now, so I think we're gonna do it. It's not gonna be bad. It's gonna be good. We'll call it like Drift Good.
Yeah. Whatever you guys want. I just need somebody to sign for this. All right.
All right.
I don't sign for things anymore. That's how the government tracks you.
What?
Don't let the government track you. Don't sign that shit.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna sign it, but I'm just gonna write an X.
All right, that's fine. I just gotta.
X gonna give it to you.
What?
I think it was just a mistake, and it just had like a cheap shipment. And they're like, what should we?
That explains a lot about like when I eat like mushrooms on a pizza, I get really sleepy afterwards.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like the 7 pounds of pizza dough that you eat.
I think it's the mushrooms.
Yeah.
And I stand by that.
There was 3 mushroom slices on both of my large pizzas.
I was fine because then I have a Dugarita, and then I'm just like I'm having this mixture of like awake but asleep, and then that's when I take my Driftwell.
Well, it's better that you have a Dugarita, because if you have a Lime-arita, chances are you've been duped.
Even the name Dugarita just bums me out, man. Yeah. It's not good.
2 people have filed a class action lawsuit against Anheuser-Busch for false advertising after they discovered that the company's Lime-aritas don't actually have tequila in them. They have the word margarita on the package, so obviously it has to be a margarita.
They do their taste buds.
It is common knowledge and indeed definitional that a margarita contains tequila. Yeah, it does, but this is a Lime-arita. It says the small print on the bottom package panel, they say where no reasonable consumer would look prior to purchase, it states that the products are malt beverages. So it says right on the package itself, this is a malt beverage. We just say it's a Lime-A-Rita, and the plaintiffs say that not everyone knows what that means. Basically, we have yet another lawsuit which proves why we have to have labels on everything, because people are stupid.
Thanks, Brian. I'm outside the courtroom where known convicted murderer Tequila has been acquitted of the case of killing the inventors of the Dugarita. I believe the judge's response was, "Good. I'm glad them some bitches is dead." Tequila, apparently you have a new enemy. And who is that enemy?
Yeah, I sure do. That is the Dugarita.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is also the Lime-A-Rita.
Oh no! Why are you going after the creators of the Lime-A-Rita?
If I may say so, my client isn't actually going after Lime-A-Rita. It's all allegedly at this point.
Oh no! Oh no! You shut up, Todd. I'm going right after it.
Allegedly going right after it.
I am going right into their house, into their bed.
Alleged house, alleged bed.
Nope. Literally, their bed in their house. I literally have a knife.
Literal knife. Alleged knife.
Right now, I can show you. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing you later.
This is it's a facsimile. It's not real.
This is a travesty. Okay, both about margaritas and about limes and about anything associated with something like tequila.
That is a shocking revelation. And do you have a timeline for when you are allegedly going to kill this person?
I can tell you exactly when I actually literally will kill him.
Allegedly.
All right. I'm going to go to the corner store. I'm going to get some trusty old MD 2020. I'm going to get my Malort Ambien. I'm going to down that shit to where I got lots of energy and get nice and keyed up. All right.
My client has prescriptions for all of these.
It's about 8:50, 8:54. I'm going to sneak into the window of my little victim. All right. I'm going to take.
My client was across town at this time.
Bottle caps. I'm going to stuff them down his face. All right. Then I'm going to cut open his head. I'm going to slice his neck.
My client would never do such a thing. That was obviously a self-harming incident.
The future incident was a self-harming incident?
Yeah, obviously this sounds like my client is describing what's obviously going to be a self-inflicted issue. My client is across town at that time. We have an appointment.
Todd, you say alleged one more time. It's going to be you next, all right? I'll tell you that right now, okay? You make a cocktail out of all your blood, and then I'm going to swirl it in and mix it in and have a little sleep well chaser, little drift well chaser. I'm going to go to sleep like a goddamn baby, I'll tell you what. All right? And then everybody's going to stop making all these ridiculous cocktails with not tequila.
Supposedly they're going to stop making.
Todd, I swear to God, literally that's what's happening. Okay.
It's reportedly that's what's happening, but
I'm going to allegedly not pay you anything from your retainer that you wanted. All right.
Presumably that'd be an action you could take.
You could figuratively and literally and allegedly kiss my ass. All right.
By all accounts, we can't really prove that would be what's happening.
Don't freaking mess with tequila. All right.
Apparently, I don't.
And with that, we go back to Brad with the weather.
I don't remember. Was that tequila's voice? I already lost track.
You know what? We just kind of go fast and loose with it. You figure it out.
Crazy. It doesn't matter.
It sounds like she did some time in jail for a little bit, so maybe her voice would change.
Yeah.
She was nuts. Tequila's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, she probably got nuts because she got all hopped up on this brand new beverage that just came out and sold out in 2 minutes. I am, of course, talking about Taco Bell's custom wine, Jalapeno Noir.
Yuck.
Are they selling it from Taco Bell?
Taco Bell is selling it. They have some locations, they're cantina locations, where they can sell boozy drinks. So you can buy it there. You could only buy this from the Taco Bell Canada website.
Of course. And
it is obviously it's made to pair with the toasted cheesy chalupa. It's they're celebrating the launch of a menu item, the toasted cheesy chalupa. So they have to pair it with a wine, the Jalapeno Noir. Thank God we finally have a wine made by people who can't even make tacos.
Sounds like a stripper's name.
Jalapeno Noir.
Coming to the stage. Everybody get your singles ready. Remember, no touching. We bring you jalapeno noir.
Keep it spicy for you.
What's that rash on her?
You're not allowed to ask about the rashes. Jalapeno noir.
I'm not covered in a rash, monsieur.
She's French Mexican.
It's hot salsa. You can lick it off.
Yeah.
That's-
At 3 a.m. on a Wednesday. Come on.
Yeah.
That's the part that burns. You get too close. Like, ow.
You
Like that hole.
off the trail, and then when it burns to urinate the next morning, you figure it's from the salsa. She gets time to get away.
It looks like that hole is dissolving. That's weird.
No, that's just from Calamity Lake. That's all it is. We went swimming earlier this week. It's fine.
I've lost 3 swimsuits there this vacation.
That reminds me. Here's. You know what? I had one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you can keep that one.
You don't want it?
No, nothing's jalapeno.
It's fine. It's clean. Cleanish.
I'm kind of a big on skinny dipping now. I don't know.
In all seriousness, I actually would really love to try that that noir.
Well, unfortunately, it's sold out in 2 minutes. You're gonna have to wait for the next go around.
I believe it. I'm not a big fast food person. Not because I don't like it, just because I don't want to have diarrhea all the time.
And you think the jalapeno noir wine would be somehow like?
That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna go all the way. If I'm gonna already have like a cat meat filled chalupa, and if I'm gonna already have like the vinegary salsa-y just disgustingness of all of it, and the cheese and the soy, and just lay it on me. Come on, I gotta have something good to wash it down.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Go straight napalm. Like, don't hit me. Don't burn me with a lighter. I want you to napalm me.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be ruined the next day and like on the toilet getting haunted, then I might as well just really go in. Also, have you guys ever had an experience where like you had something that was just so bad for you and it just like, evacuated from you very quickly and violently, and then you felt like amazing after that?
Oh yeah, you love a good cleaning out.
Yeah, clean it out. They say nature is
Every time I give confession, it just evacuates from me.
That happens to me with White Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the only one in my family who doesn't seem to have an issue with White Castle. Everybody else is like, the nephews love it. My dad and my mom are like, yeah, we got some White Castle. I'm like, the only thing is safe to eat are chicken rings. Like, I'll eat a chicken ring. Chicken rings aren't bad. But like, I've always said I would rather wake up in the morning next to a girl I do not know, have no idea what happened, have no idea if I like wore a condom or not, than to wake up to like 5 empty White Castle burger cartons. Because then I'd be like, oh God, what did I do? What did I say?
Incredible.
Did I protect myself? What did I do?
So you open the package, but it's Alka-Seltzer instead.
Right.
You just can't. Fuck it, I'm going in.
Oh, gross. White Castle.
It's enough to make you want to blow up the world.
Don't do it.
All right. Well, there is a little bit of a ray of light that we can report on. I'm sure you guys have heard a little bit about Hurricane Laura that rolled through Louisiana and Texas.
Mm-hmm.
There's a local McDonald's owner, Rakesh Patel, who really sprung into action to take care of his community in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? Is it like a really small town? Is it kind of
There's not a lot around, but it's just it's a small town, but there's a whole lot of open. So I can only imagine like something just like ripping through there. It's like, ooh.
Yeah. So Rakesh Patel, he estimates that about 90% of the residents in that area are still without electricity. This is as of when this article got published. So I don't know how it is right this second, but the majority of residents are still without electricity and running water even 2 weeks after it started. He's saying the pictures don't even do it justice. It's much worse than what you're seeing on social media. So as a local business owner, he owns and operates 25 McDonald's in Louisiana, 8 of which are in the Lake Charles area and surrounding areas alone. He took it upon himself to get the McDonald's mobile kitchen rig, known as the McRig, to get it set up in the area. It arrived from Kentucky. He got whatever employees he could for the staff the truck and serve as many people as possible. And then for the next 6 days, they served over 10,000 free brown bag meals. It was of cheeseburgers, fries, and bottled water. So I mean, it's not the most healthiest, amazing meal ever, but it's for people that have no electricity, no running water, and a lot of people lost their houses. They're coming in hot with 10,000 free meals, taking care of the people in the local community. Because like I said, he owns 8 McDonald's in the area, which is like 400 to 500 employees within those locations. About 90 to 95% of those employees had to be evacuated ahead of the hurricane.
Oh, wow.
But for the ones that did come back, he said he's offered to give them time and a half pay and housing for the people whose homes were damaged. So we got a local business owner who owns quite a bit of McDonald's, but he's still ultimately a local business owner, really giving back to his employees, to his community, going out of his way to make sure that he can do anything that he can to try to help the people, just try to recover from such a natural disaster. And he said he wants to give his employees an opportunity to still make money while serving meals to those in need. So some of his restaurants have opened again with a limited menu and hours, just so they can try to get back to work with the time and a half. And the fact that he's giving them housing, he's paying them, overtime pay and giving them housing just to try to make sure they survive through this whole thing. So we got local business owners really reaching out and helping out with their communities. And I think that's the kind of stuff it's really nice to see out of a nice personal touch from someone who realistically doesn't have to do it,
Right.
but he's still taking the time to really take care of like the entire community, but specifically his employees as well.
Talk about embracing like the McDonald's freaking way of life. That dude's like, you know what? I had the one. I think I want about 24 more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like talk about franchise. Jesus.
It's like, wrong. Everyone's going to eat it. It's, that's a constantly sought after product.
But that's crazy. Well, that's good. Good for him.
I feel like I'm always saying this, like, I'm not like anti-capitalism as much as I'm like a very liberally minded person. But what I have a problem with in capitalism sometimes is that we're leaving room for people to make the decision whether or not they want to run businesses in a way that's like fair and equitable and charitable.
Right.
And I can understand not wanting to like mandate, a certain kind of corporate structure, but at the same time, I think there are so many people that own companies and they just use it to, they claw their way to the top on the backs of the people that work beneath them. And to know that there are people at the top of their game that are, have acquired that wealth and they decide to redistribute it when people need it, instead of, buying a fifth yacht is really, really inspiring. And it also seems like it can't be that hard.
Right.
It would be really great. I think if we can't rely on our government to, distribute wealth properly, we can absolutely take it upon ourselves at a more cellular level. Yeah, vote. But in the meantime, there's nothing stopping us all from being.
I love this shirt. This shirt says vote, and it says, there you go, remove stubborn orange stains.
Oh,
wow.
Nice. Yeah,
I
but
get a lot of compliments on this shirt.
But I always say, like, that president could only happen because we have created a system that allowed it.
Right.
And there are a lot of people who admire the way that he's done business, and he's done a lot of crooked stuff. But we have crooked, we have loopholes out the wazoo that are
right.
ripe for jumping through.
Well, when you hear he doesn't get along with someone like Jeff Bezos, you're like, you guys should totally get along. Like, you're, when a little bit of that dude's money could, like,
yeah,
save everybody.
Well, I noticed a trend that seems to have a problem with people that speak in complete sentences, and I get that. It's just too, yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, that's gonna do it for this week.
All right.
I'd like to thank Emily Ramirez for stopping by.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Emily.
Fun.
Where can people find you online?
So, eGargoyle is my Twitter handle. I am not on Twitter that much, but the place that you should try to find me and my work, I do a lot of sketch comedy that you guys have both been involved with a fair amount as well. Go on YouTube, type in Emily Ramirez Comedy. That's Emily with a Y. My last name Ramirez, which is Ramirez, and then comedy, and you should see my page. It's a very flattering headshot of me. And go ahead and subscribe, watch all the videos. Everything on that page has been written, directed, edited by me. So if you think I'm funny and you want to see more of it, that's where you can see it.
Yay.
Nice. And for all of our social information, you can find this podcast at Stupid Tweeting. You can find me at Hungry as a Bear and at Patrick Newsom 42.
That's me.
That's Patrick. He's got one tweet in the last 2.5 years, but it's a doozy. Better go check it out. You can find this podcast by searching on Facebook and YouTube for Stupids Talking Stupid. We have our video version on YouTube as well as Facebook. We broadcast live every Thursday at 4 p.m. The back episodes you can watch on both things as well. You can find the audio version of the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and any podcast listening app that you can find. Just search for Stupids Talking Stupid. We are the best result, so don't even bother looking at anything else.
Yeah, and everything else dumb.
You can find more information on the podcast going to www.stupidstalkingstupid.com, including our Teespring store, so you can get some merch. Got some sweet-ass merch in there, as well as a listing of all the previous episodes. If you want to listen to them in a browser, you can do them that way as well. For more information on the network that we are part of, you can go to dvmpe.com.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's going to do it this week for Stupid Talking Stupid. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And that's Emily. We'll talk to you later.